Come on, you guys, let's go. Yesterday we did it. Today we've done it. And tomorrow, my friends, we are set to announcement. We have finally found an agreement to sign Moises Caicedo for £150 million. But my friends, that isn't the only news. Right now, we are set to sign Romeo Lavia. After Lavia, we make our moves to finalise Michael Olise, and we discuss big goalkeeping reports surrounding Diogo Costa of FC Porto. So my friends, it seems like we could be set to absolutely complete and finalise our squad for this season. And after seeing our impressive, exciting, offensive, fearless performance against Liverpool today, you're starting to have big expectations and dreams for the season, right? And with a squad like this, my friends, anything can happen. So hit that like button, share your thoughts and opinions, and don't forget to watch 5 things we learned in our 1-1 draw against Liverpool. And without wasting any more time, a deal that has been going on for months since January is finally over. Fair play to Todd Bowley, Igbali, the entire team, Caicedo, his agent, and everyone, because we are signing the midfield player now to take us to a different level. Today, my friends, we've agreed a 150 million fee to sign Moises Caicedo, the new British record, another record that has been broken within the space of like 8 months. It's absolutely crazy. And in terms of the structure of this deal, it's set to be around 100 million plus 15 million in add-ons. Now, let's not forget, we had to pay an additional 4 million as like a penalty fee because, of course, Brighton said they wanted the deal concluded a few days ago. And of course, we've had to extend things by a few days. But my friends, 4 million extra is absolutely worth it. And Caicedo signs a contract taking him to 2031 with an option to extend by a further year. So basically, as I've said many times, 8 plus 1 year deal. Finally. Brighton have given permission to Caicedo to take his medical tomorrow. And tomorrow, my friends, not only will he take the medical, but he completes this deal in the same day. Now, the only thing that would have made this deal even more special was if we completed things in time for the game to see Caicedo getting announced during half-time. But naturally, Liverpool weren't big fans of this strategy. And ideally, the last thing that they want their fans to do is to suffer, see their midfield target being announced in front of them. And to be fair, if it happened the other way round, we wouldn't be impressed either, so it is what it is. But one thing I can't get over is the price, like 106 million for Enzo, 115 million now for Moises Caicedo. That's over 220 million on 2 of the best young midfield players in the world in their position. I kind of see it like this, my friends. If we try to sign him in like a few years' time, he's one of those guys that would be worth his value regardless, right? So my thing is, at least we're able now to sign him before big clubs like your Barca's or Real Madrid's or Man City's turn in to make a move for him. So it's worth paying this price knowing that this will be his value for a very, very long time. And my friends, the most important thing now is that Pochettino gets the midfield that he's wanted. We saw Gallagher have a very impressive performance today against Liverpool. But there were a few small moments where he was getting caught under pressure a little bit. You know, he was a little bit wasteful playing the ball forwards. Obviously, you're playing against Liverpool and you're like a lone pivot by yourself. I'm not going to be too harsh on him. But when you sign a Caicedo, you're signing someone on a different level. He does this for fun. He can drop a shoulder. He can play a vertical pass to take out 3-4 man just like that. He doesn't let anyone take control of his own midfield. He wins that midfield battle. And we saw how Enzo Fernandez today absolutely shined against Liverpool, giving him his dream partner. This is how you start securing your future now for multiple years. And it's such a massive shame that we don't have Champions League football this season, because with a squad like this, a midfield like this, and a squad and team this balance, because that's the most important thing. The signings we're making, my friends, we're signing quality in every position. And it's not like windows prior where we're forcing signings for big money to try and, adapt their game or try and work here. We're signing specialized positions and players for roles that we need. And seeing the football that Pochettino is now going to get us playing, this is truly like unprecedented times that we're seeing as fans. Like, I've always dreamed to one day become a type of club like your Real Madrid's where you win matches not only based on just fighting, working hard, defending, but by being the better footballing team. And after seeing how we dominated Liverpool today, knowing that this wasn't even our full strength team. We have players who are still injured, who aren't fully fit just yet. We haven't even made all our signings right now. Potential of this squad is absolutely ridiculous. And I now really feel like this squad that is ever so close to getting finalised is good enough now to challenge against Man City and others and try and fight for the Premier League. So my friends, CAICEDO is done. But that isn't the only move we're looking to get wrapped up right now. I got 2 more big stories left. We are now set to sign Romeo Lavia. We have beaten Liverpool to another midfield target of theirs, and this one is a target that we have been after now for over 12 months right now. So I'm really excited by these developments. After seeing how Pochettino used a 4-3-3 system, it's quite clear that this is the future now that he envisions for us. And to have one of the best young midfield players in the Premier League now, signing alongside one of the best young defensive mids, alongside one of the best midfield players in this country in Enzo Fernandez. Wow, the balance, the potential, the skill, the technique. I'm absolutely lost for words, to be fair with you. But at this point in time, there are a few small, tiny details left before Lavia gets finalised and gets completed. And then we wait for him to take his medical, and then we wait for the announcement to come from next week. Liverpool have accepted defeat, but to be fair with you, they had a limit on Lavia, and that was to buy him for under 50 million. So even though they had an opportunity to come back in again and try and, persuade the player to sign, I didn't really feel like they would commit the same amount of money as us to sign him. So again, that's a win-win in our favour. And on top of that too, my friends, reports state that Michael Olise now is the next target we are set to conclude once Lavia gets signed as well. And I'm looking at Michael Olise, and I saw Raheem Sterling's performance against Liverpool today, and we could see that Sterling was roaming between the lines. He was drifting wide and he was drifting infield as well too. And there were moments where if he had better creativity with through balls in behind or through balls over the top, or had that vision, there were moments where we could have taken more advantage against Liverpool. And this is where I see Olise being one of the perfect players to sign for Pochettino's demands right now. Now, of course, he is now recovering at a decent rate. He isn't back just yet, but Madueke now is fit and available. He should get minutes now in our next game next weekend. And to have Madueke and Olise competing down that right-hand side, interchanging as well too. I'd be surprised now if we did make a move for Mohamed Kudus, if you're signing and committing to Olise. I think that would be overkill in that sense. And the great thing about Olise is that Pochettino can now play a 4-2-3-1 with Olise even playing the right wing or as the number 10. And Olise can also play in a midfield 3. Like Crystal Palace end of last season, he played a lot of games on the right hand side of a midfield 3. He can play all down that zone, and I think this guy is a very special player because not only does he have the ability to drop his shoulder and beat a man, the through balls in behinds, the vision, the crossing, the set piece play, his free kick taking. Now, this guy has the potential to be a very special player if he keeps progressing the way he's doing right now. And the fact that he wants to sign for us, it's so refreshing to sign players that are actually committing to you. It makes things a lot easier. And we're not really used to this type of energy from players in windows. So, this project that's been pushed around for over 12 months, it's quite clear to see what the plan and vision is. I mean, the guys we're signing, the way we're shaping up to be. I'm just really excited for this season you don't understand. And I feel like all you guys are too, because the excitement and hype in the fan base has not been like this since maybe the Champions League win all those years back. And I feel like it's refreshing, to be fair with you, and it just makes supporting the club even better, man. So they're the 2 updates out of the way, and we end things with the final story now. And we are getting interesting reports coming out from Portugal, and a bolder report that Diogo Costa has always been one of our top goalkeeping targets, and it seems like we are looking to make a final move to sign him before the window ends. And if we can pull this off, my God, I think we've completed our squads. I think we completed the team. I'd be surprised if we ever sign anyone in January or after that. I think even the young players that we have in the pipelines, like Angelo, guys like Hendry Pires, who will absolutely explode. We've constructed a team for now and far into the future. But going back to Diogo Costa, we know that he has a 75 million release clause, and Portuguese reports have been saying for a long time, Costa has always been our number 1 keeper. We turned our efforts to guys like Onana and Magnon due to the fact that we weren't able to find more agreeable payment structures to sign him from FC Porto. Now, we originally asked to pay like 3 installments of 25 million to try and wrap the deal up. Porto said no, but even though they have like FFP concerns, like they're not too crazy to the sense where it's like they'll be banned from European football. As the window comes to an end, there is more pressure for them to sell, and Jorge Mendes has always been like an intermediary, hovering behind the scenes, trying to find clients with Diogo Costa. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that FC Porto can be a bit more flexible now and actually allow us to buy Costa for more favourable terms. The way we've ended this window, or the way we are set to end this window, we were all taken aback and surprised by some of the business and deals that we're looking to get done. So I'm standing here right now thinking, is it really that improbable or impossible that we could make one final big money pursuit to sign Costa from Porto? Because if that's the case, my friends, I think that we've basically completed this team. Because Costa for me is a world-class goalkeeper. Like, he's just complete. I mean, the guy's aerial game, you know, his handling, his claims, his height. He's a big game goalkeeper. Like, he's one of those guys where if you're a fan in the stadium and, you know, the opposition team's now got a penalty against you in a dying moment, you go into that penalty thinking, I think Costa has a chance to save this. And it's not too often you get that type of feeling for players, right? But Costa proved this time and time again in Europe last season. I think he saved like 3 penalties in that Champions League campaign. And he was one of the main reasons why Porto progressed as deep into the competition as they did last season. But it's not only that. I think the thing that I love the most about him is that he has that type of Edison distribution from deep, where he can absolutely launch that ball forward with accuracy. He can find any man anywhere on the field. I think Costa completes our defence, to be fair with you. Now, I know that we've signed Robert Sanchez. Obviously, we've allowed guys like Kepa and Mendy to leave. There was one tiny moment in this game versus Liverpool where Sanchez made a small little mistake. And I was saying in my news vids that he is susceptible to these concentration losses where, like, if he isn't actively involved in the game, he is prone to making mistakes like this. However, Diogo Costa is not a keeper like that. And realistically, Sanchez being a number 2 to like a great keeper like him is something that I would be fully here for. Every great title winning team, European winning team, you always have that great goalkeeper, that great goalkeeper leadership between the posts that makes that difference in massive games, man. And we've had that in guys like Courtois and Petr Cech. We haven't had that in a long time. We thought maybe Mendy might be that guy, but unfortunately he wasn't. But I think if you secure Costa right in the end, and I think if you can secure Costa in the end, I think we're done. And is it that impossible? Because I'm looking at Lukaku, reports in Italy saying that Juventus want to buy him outright. They've sold guys like Zakaria, Rovella and Paredes up to the tune of 42 million euros. Of course, getting Ziyech and Joe off the wage bill and getting money in for them as well too. If you had to sacrifice a Gallagher, a Trevor Chalobah, and maybe even like more players in the future too, like, wow, is there a possibility that we could get one more incredible big money deal done before this window ends? And if that's the case, my friends, then I think we are here to challenge for this title without a doubt. So on that note, I'm going to wrap things up, keep things moving. Thank you for watching. It'll be a jam-packed day of content tomorrow. I was going to have a player ratings video, but I've had mad technical difficulties. Like, my lighting right now is awful, and it's just been so stressful after the game. But tomorrow I've got some tactics stuff planned. I've got the player ratings, which I definitely want to release because I've already put too much work into that, and I'm sure we'll have more news to discuss tomorrow. So my friends, I am the FC. This is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.